Imagine you wake up in 2026. You never built an automation, never touched an AI app. What do you learn first? Most people would say learn NLN, learn Python, and look, those are fine, but they solve yesterday's problems. If I was starting from scratch today, I wouldn't touch any of that. Not until I mastered something else first. So here's what traditional automation looks like. You drag boxes, you connect wires, and you configure each step. And when something breaks, you are staring at a red node wondering what went wrong. So here is what I would do instead. I describe what I want, AI builds it, done. Same outcome, completely different process. And in 2026, this is where I would start. Why? Because building is not about connecting boxes anymore. It's about describing what you want clearly enough for AI to build it for you. That's a skill, and honestly, it's harder than it sounds, because you're basically writing code, but then just with words. So let me break it down to you. Understand the problem first. Before you open any tool, you need to know exactly what you are building. What's the outcome? What steps need to happen? What data is involved? And most people skip this. They just start prompting and wonder why it's not working. So here's an example. A bad prompt is connect Notion to Slack. A good prompt is like this. When a task in my Notion database is marked complete, send a Slack message to project updates with the task name, who completed it, and link to the Notion page. Do you see the difference? The second one is specific. The first one is just vibes. Number 2, learn to prompt properly. This isn't just chatting with ChatGPT. You're giving an AI agent a mission. You need to include what it should do, what context it needs, what constraints it has, and what success looks like. So think of it like a briefing to a new employee. If you are vague, they will do random stuff. But if you're specific, they will deliver exactly what you need. My most popular videos are all like one prompt to this full app. So you need to understand that the skill isn't the tool. It's crafting that one prompt clearly enough that it actually works. Very quickly, if you're enjoying this video and learning anything from it, please make sure to like and subscribe. A lot of more content like this is in the pipeline. So number 3, debug by refining your prompt. In NLN, when something breaks, you just see a red node. In Agentic automation, when something breaks, your agent actually just didn't do what you wanted. So how do you fix that? You refine your prompt. You try again. Your prompt probably wasn't specific about which elements to grab. The debugging process is look at what went wrong. Figure out what was unclear in your prompt, fix it, and try again. Just another prompt. Your prompt is your code. Treat it that way. Number 4, pick tools after you can think clearly. Alright, so here's the actual plan. Week by week, so you can become a master at agentic automation. So, week 1 to 2. Here is where you learn to prompt and iterate. So, open Lovable, build simple apps by simple prompts. Start with something basic. A to-do app, a habit tracker, a notes app. It doesn't matter what, but just get reps. Your first prompt won't be perfect, and that's fine. Just look at what didn't work out how you wanted it and ask it again. The goal here is to get comfortable with the loop. You prompt, you see the result, you fix it, repeat. And by the end of week 2, you should be able to describe a simple app clearly enough that Lovable understands exactly what you want to achieve. So week 3 and 4. Connect external services. Now your apps can talk with external services. This is where you learn API keys, where to get them and how to add them. Webhooks. This is where other apps can send data to our app. And things like OAuth. So how can people log in with Google? So for example, try to build a WhatsApp bot with Twilio, or build something that reads your emails, or something that adds events to your calendar. And this part can actually feel harder because there are setup steps outside of Lovable. Twilio has a dashboard, Google OAuth has flows, but this is something you need to understand. And once you get your first external system working, the others are pretty much the same. So week 5 and 6, build complete products. Now you're not just learning, You're building things that people would pay for. So pick something real. A lead qualifier bot that asks questions and scores prospects. A client portal where people can check their project status. Or a content tool that turns blog posts into actual social media posts. Build it end to end. Make it actually work and polish the rough edges. And this is also where you might build multi-agent systems. And they can work together on bigger tasks. So one agent scrapes data, another one analyzes it, and another one writes a report. And by the end of week 6, you should have at least one app that you are genuinely proud of. Week 7 and 8. Find clients and get paid. Now you turn this into money. Find a problem someone has, build a solution, and charge for it. This doesn't need to be complicated. Find 10 businesses in a niche you understand, show them what you can build, and then offer to build it for them. Your first client might pay you $500, and maybe your second one even pays you $1,000. And once you get more clients, you can start asking more money for it. The skill isn't what you've built. Describing problems clearly, building solutions fast, that's valuable. People will pay for it. So some people say the Anodyne learning curve is low, and for individual nodes, that's true. But think about the full picture. Mapping out an entire complex system, node by node, connection by connection, debugging every tiny thing. Compare that to just describing what you want and letting AI figure out the implementation. One of these sounds better to me. So if I'm starting over in 2026, this is exactly what I would do. Forget the red notes, learn to talk clearly to AI, start building things that people actually want and get paid for it. 8 weeks from total beginner to making money. If you want to see how I actually build out these apps, check out my other videos. I go from idea to working app, usually within 1 or 2 prompts. And if you want the full system, templates, examples, community, that's what Build Loop is for. Check it out, the link is in the description. So don't just learn a tool, learn to think clearly. And then we'll see each other in my next video. Oh, and by the way, make sure to like and subscribe.